cutscenes, which is gonna be an amazing feed. I'm pretty sure you're good to go. Grump, take it away.
All right. Thank you, Tress. Well, yeah, first of all, welcome everyone. And again, like, amazing run by Duggernaut just now on Zelda's Adventure. Like, that game is hard. I can't stress that enough. That game is actually hard. And I'm looking forward to getting back to that later. Yeah, so first of all, like, thank you all so much for donating and getting this bonus run in. 100%, but I asked Tress last night and be like, so this game, is this going to be 100% or all cutscenes? And he was like, it's up to you. So I was like, okay, I practice 100%, but you know, I'm going to give you all cutscenes because, or why not? Okay, we're going to go. So let's head right into it then. Tress was just spamming the countdown, so let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Gee, it sure is boring around here.
My boy, this piece is what all true warriors strive for.
I just wonder what Ganon's up to.
Your Majesty, Ganon and his minions have seized the island of Korodai.
How can we help?
It is written, only Link can defeat Ganon.
Great, I'll grab my stuff.
There is no time. Your sword is enough.
How about a kiss, for luck?
You've got to be kidding.
Squadala, we're off.
Wow, what are all those heads?
These are the faces of evil. You must conquer each.
I guess I'd better get going.
Here is the map. Where do you wish to go?
Alright, we're squaddling off into Korodai, ending the face of evil, and we're starting off in Nortinka. And as I started talking, the puppy just woke up, so he will want to be put on the couch soon. Luckily, this is all cutscenes, so I'll have actually opportunities to pick him up and put him on the couch. Yeah, so first of all, we're now in Nortinka, which is a snow-style wonderland, and honestly, the soundtrack of this stage is absolutely a jammer. I'm just going to get some snowballs, eventually get a key, get barked at by the dog, and take an intentional death right now to be at full health coming out of the igloo, which makes the next part towards the key a bit easier. Eventually we will take a death out of the stage because with Link, Face of Evil and Wand of Gamelon, you aren't originally allowed to finish any stage out of blue. Basically, you have to get items from another stage in some kind of form to be able to finish a stage. Like in this case, we need fireballs to actually complete the stage itself. I have been taking quite a few hits. It doesn't matter too much because it means that I have to take this a bit more careful, but I can actually take a death quicker here. Alright, let's take one hit here. That's good. Get these snowballs. Okay, take a death. We will now tick down the timer and leave the stage. So right now, in this stage, I have to, I need fireballs, but to get fireballs I have to go to Crater Cove, because Crater Cove has enemies that drop fireballs. But to kill said enemies, you need snowballs, which we just farmed. So that's all convenient. And like, you need, meshes. Yes, Flurry, I'm going to put you on the couch in a moment. Please behave. These Gomas aren't behaving, so... For some reason he's incredibly clingy right now, so I'm so sorry about that. I'm doing my best to mesh through the Gomas. Here we are. So the estimated time, as I just saw in chat, the estimated time for this is 55 minutes. It likely is going to be more around the 50-minute mark. or 53-ish. Alright, cutscene, and I'm going to put the dog on the bench.
It's a Goma.
You're pretty good. Here.
Thanks.
Right, that is the first cutscene that we get here, and that gives us the power sword.
Doing real well. Once you get rid of Ganon, we can get back to fishing.
And from there, we get another cutscene. Like, if someone gives you an item, they often have a cutscene following it. Just a generic cutscene that they'll use most of the time. So, not to forget those, obviously. It's not always the case. Sometimes they have a cutscene that doesn't really add any value. So this jump that I just did is incredibly tight. I'm glad I made it because it's really easy to just fall in the water there. Trying to snipe a Daira. I did not manage to snipe it, but I managed to avoid the hatchet, which is still good as well. And we just grabbed a key that allows us to go into this hut. This hut is completely unnecessary normally, but cutscene.
The crater till I boarded the vent. Used a skull for a latch and not one Daira's figured it out.
And indeed, DK, I am indeed Dutch, which you may be able to hear in the accent a bit. Alright, from here, we are now moving into the crater itself. And that has the fire Daira, and this is exactly why we needed snowballs. So I'm going to kill most of them. I'm going to do a little bit of farming here because this is all cutscenes. There is a bit of extra backtracking that I'll have to do, meaning I need a few more firestones and or snowballs at times. So I'm just going to kill these. I'll kill this one as well. Why not? There we go. And from there, clear out the upper ledge. This stage is incredibly laggy for some reason. Like in some stages within the games it makes sense because there's a lot of projectiles or anything, but this doesn't have too much going for it. And you have to be careful that you don't jump into the ceiling, because that is slow. So this also has a bit of an easy pitfall. Like one of the first jumps that I just did, it is incredibly easy to fall into the lava because as you jump, let's first head back in. As you jump, you can you want to hit your sword because I just threw the firestone, got the threw the snowball, got the firestone, and you're like, okay, I want to grab this. Oh, that was incredibly dumb, actually. I wanted to swap here. There we go. And we are going right into cutscenes. This is really annoying to really difficult to explain stuff. So there you go.
Here,
and then
have some
burn her.
Water of life. My, you're thirsty. Oh my goodness.
So for a moment she was no longer frozen, but she can still move around. So if you have a bottle, she will fill a bottle with the water of life, which is convenient. So here I'm going to do a jump and use one firestone to kill two of these abominants. They'll drop snowballs, which I'll use later on again. But as you can see, like this stage is it does quite a bit of damage. There's a lot of things going on, and if you may have noticed, there were icicles dropping, and those icicles can just stretch your life. You really have to be careful there. I'm just going to kill this one. I'm not taking the risk. If you die on this stage, the abominants don't respawn at least, so you have that going for you, but rather not die. Right, here we have the reader, Ipo.
I am the reader, Ipo. If you bring me the book of Korodai, I will gladly read the secret verse.
He's already well known with the secret verse, but we still need to bring the sacred book. So we'll get to that quite a bit in actually. Right, onwards. We're now going towards the lighthouse. There are a few cutscenes that we'll get to here. I wanted to fire my power swords, but instead stab the ruby, sorry, and that messes that up. I'm waiting here for a moment because that will make the hatchet being thrown low enough so I can avoid it and not take any unnecessary damage because, wow, he sniped me out of the air. Normally with that avalanche as well, if you want to be safe, you wait out one more avalanche and you just kill the arpagos that are flying around, but I tend to not do that anymore. Here's the cutscene.
You're not afraid of dragons, are you?
Of course not.
Then get my necklace back from Gliok, okay? Pretty please.
Pretty please. So as this is played on the original hardware, that's why the estimate is like 55 minutes. But with the remakes that Dognut and MC also mentioned earlier, I'm going to take it out actually. This category is brought down to about 22 minutes or something because the game just flows so much faster on the PC, which makes sense. I mean, there have been a lot of quality of life changes in the remaster or remakes, so it's amazing that they have been made, and like it did bring quite a bit of new life into the speedrun community of these two games at least. But yeah, since we are all in it together as CDI people, it's just really cool that it has done so much. Oh, that was really bad actually. I was hoping I would make that, but sadly. So let's try to be a bit careful here and let's not die. Okay, I'm kind of scared. Wow. Okay, I got sniped out of there. Okay. This is why the estimate is a bit higher. This was really, really unlucky. And this had not happened in a long, long time. I may be able to save a bit of time here and there because I am able to grab a few extra rubies as I go. So I may not have to do the grind in a little bit. So let's do our best here. This is still fine. It's not the biggest time loss, but it's still a time loss nonetheless, and it's completely unnecessary, honestly. That was really unfortunate. Let's crouch here. Don't take as much damage. I will take the intentional death, and then I'll cross the bridge again. This time I can just wait for this arpagos to bite me. Alright, let's do this the proper way this time. Biscuit, can you like not nudge my microphone away? Downside of having two dogs on the couch. Sadly you can't see it because no camera, but sometimes they just want their attention. Okay, there we go. See, this is how you do it. Yeah, Lighthouse can be incredibly tough with the triarchs, especially that bridge with the arpagos. It can just be incredibly mean, but I've never had this much trouble, honestly. So we're now inside the lighthouse itself. I'm going to grab the rubies, because the rubies are still nice. But I should have a decent amount right now.
It's mighty dark with all the evil about. Keep this lantern full. It'll light your way.
Thanks.
So, one more.
Not many left, Link. There's Drulik round the side of Glutgo.
Alright, so as a kid, I never understood this cutscene. There's Drulik on the side of Glutgo. I have no idea what that means. I had no idea what that meant. Looking back now, it makes sense, because there's a villager called Drulik living on the side of Glutgo. Let me check this right quick. See, I don't have to do the farming. Excellent. Normally you go back and forth on the bridge once to get some rubies. I don't have to do that now. 3 bombs. There we go. Let's
Lamp
talk
oil,
to
rope,
our friend.
bombs. You want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough rubies.
Alright. As you may have noticed as well, I'm going to try to steal a rope here.
Sorry, Link. I can't give credit. Come back when you're a little, richer.
I mean, this is what you all know. But as you may have noticed, Morshu has built his house on a bridge. Here, take a look at this. His house is literally on a bridge. I'm not going to question it, but his house is on the bridge. There we go. Normally I do the rupee check when I'm actually inside the store and I'm buying the bombs, but because I had to check the rubies before going into the store, I completely forgot that. Because normally I can just select the bombs as I'm checking rubies and I don't have to go into the menu twice. This time I did have to do it. Because I need the bombs going into the next little bit of this stage, which is also the first boss stage, where we're going to fight Goronu. And, you'll see Goronu in just a moment. I am heading into the stage with full hearts, so that makes killing the guineas a lot easier. 1 step down, there we go. 2, there.
Look and see Goronu. Wake up, sleepy bones. Find the living and cut their vile throats.
Little swag movement at the end by the Stalfus. Alright, I am at the correct location. Jump up, jump up, jump up. There's a really small ledge. Like this stage is basically has 3 levels. You have the bottom floor, you have the middle, and you have the top floor. You have to get to the top floor, and there's a really small ledge that you can jump on if you are at the right location, which I luckily did. So I'm going to grab the ropes. I am going to wait out these rocks here because these rocks are just mean. There we go.
I may be hideous, but after a year of being frozen, you will beg to join me.
If you will ever have nightmares about necks, this may be why. Because Goronu's neck is quite sizable. So let's kill these guineas as I'm going to get up in this building, climb all the way up, and here's Goronu, and we're going to burn him.
You can't kill me. No, no, no.
I think we just did. I think we just killed him. And we got a life heart to show for it. Biscuit, why did you decide to sit on my lap right now? There we go. So normally you would go into Firestone Lake right now because we would be in a good state to get the grapple berries, which we'll need later on. But if we do that, we actually will miss a cutscene. And that's something we can't do. We have to watch all the cutscenes in all their glory. Because some cutscenes within this game, they are... They will eventually be cut off. Like, for instance, the cutscene that we'll head right into in a moment. It will normally be cut off halfway before she gives you, the crone in this case, gives you the hint on what you have to do. But if you don't have the grapple berries yet, or you haven't handed in the quest yet, so to speak, she will just show the full cutscene. So this is why we are doing the small detours here and there to make sure that we can actually show everything. Right, the fairies.
You're doing great, Link. You are our hero. Here's a life heart. We know you can beat Ganon.
So yeah, right now we have 5 life hearts. There's... Oh. Wow. That happened to me once before. Like, that is incredibly difficult to get. It is incredibly difficult to just fall to your death there. So, yeah. That's marathon first. Let's put it that way. I'm normally not worried about that stuff. Alright, here we have Gleeok. If you time it right, you could actually insta-kill everything, but I did not time it right, so... normally, if you just immediately walk down and during the fall throw a bomb, the bomb will hit one of Gleeok's heads and insta-kill everything else. Yeah, that's very fun, and that is definitely something else. I'm glad I'm getting to show off this game in all its glory. I mean, I knew it was possible, but I just never done it. Alright, here we have the crone.
I may be old and ugly, but I still know a few tricks. Bring some grapple berries. I'll show you a good one.
So yeah, if you already had the grapple bears or and you handed them in and you got the power glove, she'll just say the bit of I may be old and ugly, but I still know a few tricks, and then cuts off. But luckily, unlike Wand of Gamelon, this game does not have any completely hidden, obscure cutscenes. All of the cutscenes are relatively easy to be found. So yeah. Here we have to deal with Octoroks. You have to be really careful because there was an Octorok just outside of the screen there that I wanted to kill. So I would keep my power sword because, as you can see, like, power sword is amazing to have here. But this Octorok here is deciding to crawl all the way to the back. The music in Firestone Lake, again, it is absolutely amazing. Also, if you haven't yet, Gametal made a track of this one as their April Fool's cover, and like, it's insanely good. It is insanely good. Check it out on YouTube when you have a chance. That rendition is it's amazing. Right, let's get to a rhyming Ganon.
What has happened?
In the darkest nightmare hour, when not moon nor sun has risen, I take Zelda in my power. I shall keep her in my prison.
Right. Thank you, Ganon. And the best part is that this game is released in multiple languages. You have a French version, you have a German version, you have a Dutch version as well. In all of these versions, Ganon rhymes. It just matches. It's so good. Right, using my last of the snowballs that I have to use. Get the fire diamond. And we're now... Well, we're able to go to Shipwreck Cliff and we're able to get our last life heart if we so want to, but honestly that's not necessary for a long, long time still. Relatively speaking, you know, it's still speedrun. So we have to go back into Sparefish Falls because we actually do need the power glove. If you play any percent of this game, you don't use the power glove at all. Instead, you're going to Sakado and you'll farm on the bridge for a while. You get a lot of bombs because it is actually faster to just grind out the rubies for something like 30 bombs. And destroy the rocks that are in your way, like the ones that you need the power glove for, with 10 bombs. They did add that to the game. I'm not entirely sure why they did it. It feels like a bit of an Easter egg, like developers being like, okay, you know what? If people are like trying to destroy this bomb, this rock with a bomb, you know what? After 10 bombs, let them have it. Oh, and these fairies have another cutscene.
Great, Link. You are our hero. Here's some water of life. Drink, Link.
Drink, Link. Stay hydrated, Link. Okay, I didn't fall this time. Sorry, yeah, Sakado. Garonu. Apologies, the bridge at Garonu. I'm not completely awake yet. It's early, relatively. There we go. Now we are going to hand in the grapple berries.
Stir
the berries in the tub. Let the juices soak the glove. Let Link fight and never cower, for his glove's a glove of power.
Wow, thanks!
There we go. The Power Glove has been obtained, and that means that we are now able to get into the next stage, Serigon Caves. And Serigon has one of those rocks that you need to destroy using the Power Glove, or 10 bombs, in the case that you want to use that. But personally, I'm a 100% player, so I always have the Power Glove here, which is what I'll use. Ooh, that was incredibly close to those icicles. That could have been a ton of damage. So let's use the Power Glove and enter. Okay, so for some reason, at times the Abominum, there's supposed to be 2 Abominums on the bottom. One of them did not spawn, which is lucky. I mean, that's one last rock that I have to avoid. Oh. It's dumb. Let's actually fix this. That's a bit of the remnant of trying to play 100% as well. You don't have to talk to her, but now we do. So let's do this once more, for good measure. Luckily, it's a relatively short stage. And I'm really glad, a while back, I was just fiddling a bit with hitboxes and all that kind of stuff, and I found that you can actually just move underneath that cave, or underneath the stage there, which is convenient. Again, the Abominum did not spawn. I think it has something to do with the amount of enemies you have on screen, in the screen before. So, it's good to have. Okay, let's not forget it this time. Sabrina.
The foul fiend Ganon, you must conquer Fortress Central, where the treasure of death is hidden. Bring it to me. Be gone.
So that's also one of the things that happens with, or that is the thing with speedrunning this game. Whenever I tend to do marathon runs or something I like, I completely focus on all cutscenes, because I do not want to be in the habit of accidentally skipping a cutscene. That means that, for instance, with Face of Evil, I didn't do 100% proper in quite some time. Because, yeah, again, you just get in the habit of mashing the button as cutscenes happen. You don't want that for marathons. But that also means that if you want to speedrun these games, or just at your own leisure, you have to be careful that you don't mix and match the categories too much, because it's just too easy to mess up.
How sweet. Mwah. My husband gave me this. He's an Abominum now. Here. It's not much, but it'll still carry water.
So yeah, we just got the bottle, and we're taking that out of the stage. Because that was the only reason why we had to backtrack here. The bottle will come in use this time though. With Wonder Camelon, I didn't use it at all, but here I do need it. Again, I will do a quick check on the amount of... Okay, we're a bit low on rubies. I am going to, for marathon safety, do one back and forth, so that I have enough items for sure. I have a few backups here and there. But this is a really unlucky bridge though. This bridge has a bit of a component where you're reliant on RNG on the rubies that drop. Right now we had 1 green ruby drop, so green ruby was 5 rubies, it was worth 5, red is only worth 1. We were really unlucky here, and we just got the 1 green ruby. It is possible to get absolutely 0 of them. Can I? Yeah, I can. Okay. Just 1 extra. It is possible to get 0, but it's also possible to get 4 green rubies. If you get 4 green rubies, like get a lottery ticket or something like that, you know, you're lucky. Anyway, Harlequin.
See how Harlequin captures Coridians?
You lose.
Do you know what it means when you lose your last ruby? Now you work for me. Take him away.
A fun little tidbit about this particular cutscene is that in the Dutch version, there is a really heavy echo added to the you lose part. It really resembles a circus, or not necessarily a circus, a carnival, which is really fitting for the stage. So they really went above and beyond on the Dutch cutscenes, on the Dutch translation of this. It is amazing. Missed keys. That's okay. So what I'm going to do here is something that JSR, who recently picked up this game for his AVGN trials, did, and that is actually climbing early and using a rope for that. I normally went for the ladder on the far side, but this just works better. I'm going to use the bell here because I'm only at 1 health, and as you can see, that Jelby was about to hit me there. Rather not that I get hit.
I'd say your chances are 1,000,000 to none. But let's have fun anyway.
Let's have some fun indeed. Alright, so here we have a lot of wall masters and we have our keys. I'm going to take a death here because, as you can see, like, I'm so low on health and we're about to face a boss. I'm just going to kill that keys. It's just in the way. Throw a bomb at that specific location. It will allow me to grab or kill all of the wall masters in one fell swoop. Avoid these little balls that Harlequin throws at me.
Lucky shot.
Golly. Harlequin was one of the bosses that was a bit of a wall for me back in the days. We didn't really have any idea of how to kill him, but you just kill him by stabbing him with your sword. Like, the power sword beams don't hit him, for instance.
The stars are made of ice. Thus the night is cold. Bring the crystal from Saragon, and I will prove the light of ice penetrates more than fire.
So yeah, we're getting one more trip into Saragon soon, because we have to get the crystal there. The crystal was already obtainable, but if we already had it, we wouldn't get this cutscene at all.
Look how Militron makes his warriors.
Worthless Coridian, you must be hardened with fire! Go and kill!
Alright, so that was Militron. We're basically getting into a sort of boss rush-y section. Like, we're going to do a lot of stages where we are fighting bosses within the game and just clearing out the faces of evil. Because every boss obviously is a face of evil. Yada yada. So, get up here, use the power glove to take care of this rock, and then head into the internals of Militron, basically. And we get a blue ruby here, there's 10 rubies. The spider is kind enough to drop that. I am somewhat careful. I want to... I basically don't want to die until I get to Militron himself. There I'll take an intentional death and make sure that I have the power sword. Because the power sword is incredibly good to have for that particular fight. Because where we just had the situation where... let's see, yeah, okay. Where we just had the situation where we actually had to stab the boss with the sword proper. You can still do that with Militron, but it is just so much easier to use the power sword on him. Because Militron can only be damaged on top of his head. So you have to jump and make sure that you properly hit him. Okay, blowfish are annoying, but they're mostly annoying if you have a light on.
Feel the fire of war!
So yeah, here we have Militron. I'll jump down, do a superhero landing, take a death here. He does a lot of damage here. So that was not Militron, don't worry. So I'm going to use oh, he's already returning. That is bad. That's fine, we got him.
Oh my goodness, this is awful!
This is one of my favorite cutscenes in these games, honestly. There we go. Yeah, basically, if you stand on top of Militron, you can avoid most of his attacks, but it is really finicky, and I'd rather not do it. In the best situation, you can get him to. You can jump up and shoot two of your power beams at the height of his head. It is difficult to do, but it is possible, and then you can kill him in 3 cycles instead of the 5 that it normally takes. But I mean, Militron died. That's all that's important. Just killing these moblins here. Oh, didn't want to select the ropes. I needed the bombs instead. Kill the Dodongo. Those rhinos are Dodongos. Or those Triceratops-like creatures. Which actually makes sense, because a lot of the design of the enemies in this game are based on the cartoons and the comics. So I'm going back here. In the previous screen, the big ravine and everything, there was a moblin all the way on the left side. That moblin has the moblin has a key that opens up a hut. But we can just enter through the back door. So we're now in the hut with this Bavarian caricature.
Partner? I'm going to fight Glutko.
Don't fight him, feed him. Something spicy. Know what I mean?
If you like CDI cutscene, then it's indeed a good morning, Harmjan. So yeah. We were told to feed Glutko something spicy, which is exactly what we'll do. But to do so, I am at 1.5 heart. I'm going to use the bell. I'm taking some precaution here. And we're first heading down here because, hey.
Through the eye of Glutko lies the shrine of Koridai.
I'm simply famished.
No!
It tastes like a Dyra. Perhaps just one more?
He's a connoisseur at eating Corridians, I guess. So let's... that's a shame. That jump is incredibly tight. You can make this without the... Okay, yeah, I was afraid of that. Jobby was in front of the visual mark that I used. You can use, you can also use the winged helmet, but as you can see, you can make this without it as well. It's just incredibly tight.
Oh, goody!
Thank you for the good luck.
Mashed link for the main course.
Right, so Glutko. This is the first instance where we fight him. Well, fight. Like this game has a few really tight jumps like that. It's a lot of fun to be able to pull them off. There we go. Power glove on this rock. Or 10 bombs again, like if you so please. Let's see if we can actually make it all the way up without dying. It's always scary, but I have hopes. I have hopes. No! That jump was just a little bit short. Otherwise, I would have made it up in one go. I would have been able to get the Water of Life, which would have saved me. 1.5 hearts is always really scary for this particular part. Sometimes I just take an intentional death. But yeah, this is how it was supposed to look, and I would have been fine. Yeah, the Face of Evil randomizer exists for the PC version, the remaster version. There is a decent chance of not being able to complete it. Oh, I missed. Yeah. He was just taunting me there. You get this one as a bonus. Yeah, the randomizer for Face of Evil and One Gamelon, they were released or made at the same time with the remaster. Like, the remaster was already released, and since Dopply is working on a new project at the moment, but he had to wait for some work to be done. He was like, okay, I'll just implement that randomizer. But there's actually a chance of hard locking it. So there's not too much logic in there. But still, it's a lot of fun to try out. There we go. So we're now climbing the little mountain at Nortenka once again. We have more than enough health this time, so I'm not going to be too careful. Just don't want to get shredded by the icicles. That's the main concern, but some of these enemies, I'll let them live, the Abominums. Because they're technically Coridians, like most of the enemies that we're killing are Coridians that were turned into enemies. We're basically wiping out this entire island. So sad.
Listen, such is the power of the Prince of Darkness that he can kill with a single look. Attacks against Ganon will prove fruitless unless Link attacks with the sacred book.
As we know, Ganon is a decent rhymer, so he is literate, but we're going to attack with the sacred book. So that will be something. But first, heading into Fortress Centrum, where we were told that a treasure was hidden, and we had to get it for Surprena. Okay, we get locked up by 2 Gomas. I'm going to throw that bomb. Just grab 1 extra ruby, because why not? I need to use 4 more bombs. 5, okay. I can actually decide not to waste any more bombs, because what I do like to do with this game is to try to keep my menu aligned, and I need a few more bombs, so I'm going to do this instead. Grab the power glove, use that. The thing is, if you keep the menu aligned, it makes menuing later on a lot easier. So there's normally a Darknut that spawned at that door, but it didn't spawn this time. Convenient. So kill the Stalfos, get 10 rubies, which is really nice as well. Use the bomb here. Then I'm going to use the lantern because it just makes things so much easier. Like, I can do this room in the dark, but it's way faster to do it with an extra menu. Especially one of the jumps that is coming up right here. This you just have to take at the edge, land on the stairs, and you make it. So let's head into this tower. There's another tower as well that has a Water of Life. Other than that, it's pointless. Hey, but here's Zelda.
Hey, Zelda, wake up!
What? Link? You've saved me!
This is the face of bamboozlement. So let's take care of Goronu once more. He'll do a lot more damage now, but that's fine. Taking that hair there is perfectly understandable. Technically, I don't have to show it because we've already seen it, but you get it as a freebie. So we got the crystal. We unlock Ganon's lair. We are not going there yet. We are going to watch all cutscenes. So first we have to go to Saragon Caves once more. We have to get the ice crystal, and we have to hand in the treasure that we just found. for more cutscene goodness, and actually an item that we do need. So, first of all, I have to jump up here. There's a really small boulder there that you can jump on. Get the ice crystal. Just have these enemies kill me, because that will just make the way to the entrance slot easier. And start hopping towards Suprina again. And if you just start hopping like that, these enemies will hit you sometimes, but that's about it. Eh. Again, the Abominum did not spawn. Like, that is 3 out of 3. Surprisingly. It's fine though, like, again, I don't have to worry too much about dying here.
This shield both sword and spear deflects, but cannot stop the vilest curse. This crystal makes the shield reflect, cursing the cursor with twice the curse.
There we go. So we got the reflective shield. And 10 rubies. Like, cheap paid you. I guess the treasure was worth enough. But we got the ice crystal now, so we're heading right into Harlequin Bazaar. As you can remember from the first time that we went through here, like, it was a long stage. Luckily, that is not the case anymore. Because unlocking or finishing the stage unlocks a shortcut that we'll gladly use. Sadly, I did take 1 hit too much. So I'm going to have to wait here for just a moment. There will be 6 rocks falling. So it does exactly 3 hearts of damage. If I had enough hearts, then I could have just gotten up, but a bit too much damage on the way.
Now, if we make a simple vacuum and spin the ice just so.
There. So yeah, he got sucked up into the vacuum, but we got a better lantern out of it. Which is still convenient, because I do want to use the lantern once more, just because of a layout of a stage that is a mess. So, we're now heading into Shipwreck Cliff. As the as the stage already says, like, it's a shipwreck on the cliff. Come on, give me the key. There we go. And we'll take a death here, because otherwise we have to walk all the way back and enter this door. And here we have the blacksmith's daughter.
My hero! Won't you please jump across that little old chasm and cut my daddy's chains? Pretty please, have a heart.
I love how Link just squeezes him way out of there. But she says, like, have a heart, and she literally gives you a heart. Which is kind of her. Very kind. So let's immediately snipe that Arpagos, get the winged helmet. This is one of the jumps where you definitely need it. This, you can't make this jump otherwise. You will slide off the side of the mountain. There's nothing to do about it. That's also why I'm not jumping right now, because it is possible to jump over the invisible wall and slide down.
Please, Link, jump and cut these chains. The Arpagus are driving me crazy.
I'm glad he doesn't have a hitbox.
Say, you have a fire diamond, don't you?
Sure.
Then let me fix your sword. Let's see how it works.
Wow.
If you ever thought there was a lot of magic involved with making a tempered sword, this is it. This is all you have to do. Just mash in a crystal and you have a tempered sword. So yeah, that's the final sword upgrade that we'll get. We have a final health upgrade. We have Guodam.
Consider Lupe the most dangerous of Ganon's minions.
With this ruby, I replace your soul. You will obey. Ow! Ow!
I'm pretty sure the mods in the channel are not too happy about the awooing going on, but I'm pretty sure they can forgive us. There will be more. Alright, so this first bit I will do in the dark. It's not too difficult. You'll just get on this ledge to about the middle of the screen, climb all the way up, kill the guineas that get by you, jump up here and enter the door. Next up, however, this room is an absolute mess when it comes to platforms, so I'm using the light here. I can do it in the dark, it just takes so much longer to do so. You just want to stand on top of that little platform there to be able to hit the bot, like the Darth Vader helmet, on the bottom, because otherwise they're incredibly difficult to hit.
Now you see me, now you don't.
Whoops, we see you again. So let's come on, there. Those are also difficult to hit. I'm going to use the Water of Life immediately here. That is scary. The bees were getting it. Here's Harlequin. I'm not going to kill him, because the only thing he will do at this point is give me 10 rubies. And the cutscene we've already seen before. So it's completely pointless. Instead, I'm just moving on, getting some extra Water of Life.
I spy with my eyes someone who must die.
So now we have to fight Lupe. So that's, didn't want to move with it, but here we are. So highly intense battle right here. There we go.
I will not die. Oh.
This is also one of the only, well, this is the only boss in the game that doesn't have a refight. So Lupe is actually dead. Even Glutko had a refight in his own stage, even. Alright, so Hermit Flat. Hermit Flat is a bit of a special case, and this is actually why. As you could see, that Moblin Spear Thrower just threw its spear. I was a bit too late with pre-firing my Tempered Sword, and that does 2 hearts of damage. It's not even the most damaging enemy in this stage. There's Sora's. That there was a Sora. That does 3 hearts of damage. And there will be one more, and that will be the most annoying one to avoid, so let's hope for the best. Okay, I got it. I'm safe. Like, I could have still taken a spear to the face there, but that would have only been 2 hearts, so that's fine.
At last, you have the vision to find my house. Now you will see the sand kroomies that prevent your approach to Ganon. Go with many blessings.
Right, so Gwonam, as for a change, did not come to the start of the stage. No, we had to find him in his own little house. But we've gotten all the items now, we've gotten all the cutscenes so far, so we're going to finish the game. We're now in Ganon's lair, or we're approaching Ganon's lair. I'll use 1 bomb here, so we have 1 bomb left that is just there now for inventory management, basically. And 60% of the time this works every time. Let's hope for the best. It did. Okay, excellent. Sometimes it just doesn't work and you fall to your death, but most of the time it does. It's just a convenient jumping pattern that you can use. Alright, head into the bell. As you can see right now, I have the bell, I have the lantern, I have the ropes, all close to each other. That's exactly what I wanted. And why I wanted to keep 1 bomb, because otherwise everything gets shifted and the bell gets moved all the way to the bottom left. It's just annoying.
No, you
must
die.
This is Militron. Militron is back. Nice guy. I'm going to first use the lantern because this stage as well, it has a lot of pitfalls and annoyances. I'm going to use the lantern. These little worms do like I think 1 heart of damage, and they are incredibly trolly. Like they can, since you don't really have iframes, they will destroy your health bar. Like, you just really, really have to be careful with it.
I remember.
I'm not surprised.
That
okay,
room,
so I'm just... Yeah, go for it.
That room was... Oh my god, I was in here so long.
Yeah, that room is just so evil. Just because of those worms. But luckily, we got through it pretty easily. So, wait for a moment here. Make sure that we avoid those worms. Use the bell to make sure that the blowfish doesn't reach us, because the blowfish, as the name implies, will blow out your candle. Or lantern, in this case. Oh. So if he hits me, I have to reignite the light, even though at this point it's not really necessary anymore. It's pretty straightforward what we'll have to do. I'm already grabbing the book, actually. It's all good. And then get ready for an intense fight with Ganon.
Join me, Link, and I will make your face the greatest in Koridai, or else you will die.
This face is the face of nightmares, and I love it. Alright. Eat the book.
No! Not into the pit! It burns!
It's so good. It's so good. Alright, let's grab the key and head to the end of the game. The time will end at the end of the cutscene itself, so I'm going slightly overestimate. That's a shame.
That's perfectly fine.
Come on. Hit the gong.
Why'd you do that?
I just saved you from Ganon.
You did not.
Well done, Link. Ganon is once again imprisoned. Come. Look, already Koridai is returning to harmony. The birds are singing.
Is that time?
Isn't it beautiful?
Not yet.
Golly.
Okay.
As it is written,
We're waiting for the end of the cutscene.
are the hero of Koridai.
I guess that's worth a kiss, huh? Ha! I won!
And that is indeed time. All right. So yeah, thanks to ZeldaSpeedRunMarathon for having me. I'm quickly heading into the game so that the cutscene doesn't run. Yeah, thank you all for having me. Thank you all for donating towards this bonus game. There's a lot of nice new other bonus games to donate towards, other incentives to go for. Be sure to donate towards that. If you're interested in speedrunning, for instance, Face of Evil 1 Ganon, join the CDI Discord. There's the remastered versions that you can play on PC. If you are lucky enough and you win Trust's CDI, the CDI is not region locked. It is not. It doesn't have any copy protection. Hint, hint. So you can just play these games. No worries. Yeah, get all the bonus runs into this game. Yeah, big shout outs to the CDI Zelda community. Big shout out to all of the people that have picked up the remastered game. It's all really, really good. Doubly for making it, obviously. So yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here, Grump. For both games, it was a blast. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. And I'm really happy we got the bonus run med. And yeah, that's it for the CDI games today. Thank you all for being here. Next up is gonna be Spirit Tracks and an any% race between Jessix and Kiefer. Stay tuned, we're gonna be right back.